Based on the available facts and reports, here is a detailed explanation of the demonstrations and events that took place in Indonesia between August 25th and 29th, 2025. Main causes of the demonstrations. The wave of demonstrations during this period was caused by several interconnected and crucial issues, including increase in DPR member allowances. This issue became the main trigger for the demonstration on August 25. News about an increase in housing allowances for members of the House of Representatives, DPR, to up to 50 million rupiah per month was considered highly unethical amidst the ongoing economic hardship faced by the public. Extreme demands, such as the dissolution of the DPR and a call for a presidential decree, also emerged in response to this issue. Repressive actions by law enforcement and the death of an online motorcycle taxi driver. This incident served as a catalyst for subsequent demonstrations, especially on August 28th and 29th. The death of an online motorcycle taxi driver, Afan Kurniawan, who was run over by a Brimob tactical vehicle, Rantis, on the night of August 28th, sparked a wave of public solidarity and anger. This led to demands for accountability from law enforcement, institutional reform of the National Police, Polri, and the release of arrested protesters. Controversial government policies. In addition to the issues above, several other policies and issues were part of the protesters' demands, including rejection of the revision of the Mineral and Coal Mining Law, UU Minerba, and the ABRI Dual Function Law, UU Dwifungsi ABRI, repeal of Presidential Instruction, Inpres No. 1 of 2025, which caused budget cuts in various sectors, including education, to fund a government program. Evaluation of the Free Nutritious Meals Program, which was deemed lacking in transparency. High tax increases. Rejection of the outsourcing system, and demands for an increase in workers' wages. Objectives of the demonstrations. The objectives of the demonstrations varied depending on the group of protesters participating. Objectives of the August 25th demonstration, the Indonesian People's Revolution Group, and students. Demand the dissolution of the DPR. Urge President Prabowo Subianto to issue a decree. Push for the ratification of the Asset Confiscation Bill. Objectives of the August 28th demonstration. Labor unions. Abolish the outsourcing system and reject low wages. Form a task force for the prevention and handling of layoffs. Implement fair labor tax reform. Push for the ratification of the Manpower Bill and the Asset Confiscation Bill. Demand the ratification of the Domestic Worker Protection Bill, PPRT. Objectives of the August 29th demonstration, students and online motorcycle taxi drivers. Demand justice and accountability for the death of the online motorcycle taxi driver, Afan Kurniawan. Hold members of the National Police accountable for violence, torture, and the killing of protesters. Demand the release of all arrested protesters. Call for the reform of the National Police, which is considered to have deviated from its core duties. Chronology of events. Monday, August 25th, 2025. Morning. Thousands of people from various backgrounds, including students, gathered in front of the DPR MPR building. The call was made by a group calling itself the Indonesian People's Revolution, although the identity of the person in charge was unclear. Major labor organizations and student executive bodies, like BEM-SI, stated they were not involved. Afternoon. The situation began to heat up. Police detained a group of protesters under the Gerbang Pemuda flyover. This angered the protesters, who then threw stones and bottles at the DPR building fence. Late afternoon evening, clashes spread to the Sleepy, Pejompongan, and TVR areas. Protesters burned tires, damaged a security post, and even set a motorcycle on fire. These anarchic actions prompted police to fire tear gas. Impact. The chaos affected public transportation. The intercity toll road and KRL railway lines around Palmera and Tanah Abang stations were temporarily closed, causing thousands of passengers to be stranded. Comnas-Hem noted that around 351 people were arrested by police in connection with the protests on August 25th and 28th. Thursday, August 28, 2025. Demonstrations were held again, this time organized by labor unions from various regions. They gathered in front of the DPR-MPR-RI building. The protest focused on labor issues. That night, a fatal incident occurred where an online motorcycle taxi driver, Afan Kornewan, was run over by a Brimob tactical vehicle. This incident quickly spread and sparked public outrage, changing the dynamics of the demonstrations. Friday, August 29, 2025. A wave of solidarity over the death of Afan Kornewan led to further demonstrations organized by students, particularly from BEM-UI and BEM-SI, as well as online motorcycle taxi drivers. The protest sites were centered around the Jakarta Metropolitan Police Headquarters and the Brimob headquarters in Kuitang, central Jakarta. The protesters demanded justice and accountability for the repressive actions of law enforcement and police reform. Komnas Pole stated it would oversee the transparent investigation of the case. The chief of the National Police, General Listio Sigit Prabowo, publicly expressed regret and apologized for the event and ordered the National Police's Professional and Security Division to investigate 7 Brimob members involved. Additional information. Number of arrests. Comnas-Hem recorded a total of 951 people arrested by police in connection with the protests on August 25th and 28th. The government response? The chief of police expressed regret and apologized and guaranteed a thorough investigation into the death of the online motorcycle taxi driver. The palace and the Ministry of Finance also canceled several major events due to concerns about continued demonstrations. Participation. The protests involved various segments of society, ranging from students, labor unions, online motorcycle drivers, to high school students who were provoked through social media. Law enforcement actions. The police dispersed the crowds by firing tear gas and using tactical vehicles.